Good afternoon, folks. It's Daniel Rashid. Thanks for tuning in again. We got another video, and we're going to be talking about home inspections and an unreasonable tall list from a buyer to a seller, and whether or not you should take that on. Basically sold the home, the buyers removed financing, they removed your home insurance, everything's looking good, and then you get a big tall list from the buyer about repairs to your house. Some of which that you find unreasonable because the buyer was through, maybe saw, cracks in the foundation, and that crow really wants to get it on this video. It's okay. We got a crow in the background. Okay, so the buyer's going through the home that you're selling, and you got cracks in the foundations, damage to the roof, visible things. Like maybe there was a scratch on the floor that's very visible, and you find that the list that you received is unreasonable. And it's okay to feel that way. It's okay as a seller to feel that emotion that maybe these folks buying your house are just asking for a little bit too much. You can always try to push back. As exciting as it is to sell your home, you have to be realistic of what you can do as a seller in terms of, are you going to go through and repair all these items? And if you go through and repair all these items, what is their expectations? Do they want, let's say, a floor repair? Can you repair that with, some fiberglass, chopped wood, paint, glue it down, sand it over? Is that suitable for them? Or are they talking a whole new floor? What are we talking about, in terms of the repairs? Repairs to the siding or damage to the siding? Are they talking a whole new piece? Or really distinguish what it is they're looking for if you ever agree to do a list like that from a buyer. So that's a buyer beware, like in terms of seller beware. Just be careful what you're agreeing to. Now, if the list is small and you can, something about a dryer vent that you can just deal with comfortably, then that's fine. But if it's a tall list talking about 101 things, you could really go down that road and have a lot of problems. I've had that happen to my sellers personally. They've agreed to things. There was disputes, and the one particular transaction didn't close on closing day where it should have. It was completely reasonable from that buyer to request those things. But at the end of the day, my sellers agreed to do those requested repairs, and they didn't do it to the quality. And it's just there's too much gray area. My opinion, anyone buying your home and you're selling and you get a tall list of repairs from the buyer, narrow it down to a number. Narrow it down to, if you ever want to reduce the number, narrow it down to what will make them happy in terms of number. If it's unrealistic, you just simply don't agree to the deal, they can take a walk. They've already put their money into an inspection, they're going to take a loss. You as a seller won't take a loss. Time sucks. You'll lost a lot of time, and that's why in terms of selling your home, keep those conditions tight. Don't let the buyer drag it out too long. If you need more time, then give them more time. But if they're talking an unrealistic amount of time and they're dragging your deal out, they're also adding days on market to your home that's listed. Be smart about how you approach it. Keep your deals simple as possible. Less gray, the better. As a seller, as a buyer, when you're going into a transaction. The buyer, there's different strategies that you can apply, and that's fine. People will try these things, get a whole whack of repairs done to their house because they don't want to hire anybody to do it. That's fine. But as a buyer too, if I was advising somebody and we went through an inspection, I wouldn't really advise them to put a whole list out to the seller, because in my client's eyes, something repaired may not be what my seller wants to do or commit to a repair. If there's damage to a countertop in the kitchen, are they going to replace the countertop? Probably not. Are they going to repair it with some epoxy? That's a possibility, or whatever, what have you, in terms of the repair. So keep it as simple as possible. Handle your own stuff. Now, if you're talking oil tanks, that's hard to really mess up. If you're dealing with a heating system that has oil and they got to change the tank because of insurance reasons, then that's hard for a heating company to mess up. And it has to be provisionally tagged. There's a certain protocol that these companies have to go through. To that point, they can put in a steel tank versus a fiberglass tank. and the steel tank's less quality in terms of lifetime warranty. Steel will last, like in our provinces, about 20-25 years max. I don't believe there's steel that will not expire. But yeah, fiberglass, lifetime warranty, couple $100 extra, that's worth the replacement as a buyer. But if you just let the seller do what they want, maybe they'll save a couple $100, give you a steel tank. Not the end of the world, but maybe there's something that you can work into the deal. Hey, replace the tank. We'll only agree to steel tanks. That's fine. Here's $500. Put in the fiberglass, please, because I'd pay that on close. Don't pay them before close. The lawyers will work that all out as an adjustment. Yeah, no, that's all I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about, in terms of a buyer's unrealistic demands after a home inspection. It happens all the time. Some buyers go in with the idea that they're going to get, a major discount off of a home, and it's just completely unrealistic for a seller in some scenarios to even accept that. Don't be afraid to cater the deal how you want to, or shape it, knock 20 items off the list that they're asking for, or just focus in on a purchase price, because that makes more sense. Keep it streamlined, keep it simple. You'll close your deal much easier and with much less of a headache, because everyone knows what to expect. I hope you enjoyed that video today. I appreciate you tuning in and always taking the time to watch this. I'm hoping this helps you out in terms of if you're selling a home. It doesn't really matter where you're at, but all the power to you. You have any questions, let me know. Comment below if you wanted me to cover anything in terms of content, real estate, or what have you. And take care. We'll catch you on the next one.